I'm tired of wearing this hat, man. I'm not a hat guy. I used to be, but not only I have to maintain the hat, make sure there's no dog hairs all over my hat and everything, but my shirt and everything else. It's just annoying. I want to get a haircut already, but anyways, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about 3D since I already discussed it in my previous videos. So I want to go a little bit more in detail as to why I got into it, how to use it, and all the sorts of things that I'm gonna discuss today for you to make sure that this is the right thing for you to do too also. So how I got started is it was about a month ago. My clientele completely stopped. Like I had no gigs, I had no calls, nothing because of this Rona virus going on. So anyways, so I started about a month ago. I couldn't find the camera anywhere else. So I jumped on the Facebook marketplace, and then that's how I came to find out that there was somebody selling it like new. But I took my chances. It was a crazy ride because my car wasn't working, so I had rented a car for a specific photo shoot. That photo shoot ended up canceling that day. So what I did is I took the best out of the out of the day and jumped in the car, found this dude. He had it right in his hand, so he was ready to go. So I set up a meeting place. He was 70 something miles away, so I told him like the farthest I can do is 70 for a lower price, and I'll come down and get it. So that's what I did. So I drove all the way over down there. It was like passing Montevideo or something like that in California, but it was far away nonetheless. So I looked at the camera. It looked pretty decent, in decent shape. So I mean, it works well, don't get me wrong, it works well, but my whole purpose with that camera was to do the 3D. So I jumped back into the car, drove back home, and started setting up my ad for 3D tours because there was a ton of people already doing it. And then the reason why I chose to buy it, a second-hand one, is because B&H was out of stock. Arodama, it was out of stock. My local shops like Best Buy and all the stuff were out of stock. Everybody was buying them because everybody was focusing on virtual tours. So that's why I jumped the gun and getting it and start advertising it, because all these real estate agents starting to get those cameras, but they don't know how to use it. So might as well be the middleman from that on. So I did just that, and I set up my email and everything like that, and I blasted, and then that's how I got one, and then next week I got two, and then the week after that it was like two in a week, so on and so forth. So there is some big interest. And then what I say on my little clips, because I did record some of them, some of the clips that I will play in this along this video, it's me shooting, or me 3D scanning in a house. And essentially the way it works is that you speak the camera, the 3D camera, to your iPad via Wi-Fi. You have to download the app. The program that I use is Matterport. So you download Matterport, and then you create your whole setup of the address, who's the name of the presenter and all that stuff. But I think on the app is just the address of it. I'm getting confused, but when you get to that, that's completely different from it. So that's where you put all the details of who's presenting it, what is the home, and an MLS ID, all this little stuff that you need to do. But how it works is that the iPad speaks to the camera, and then you hit scan, and it will do a 360 scan, and it will compile it into a 3D. The version that you see on your iPad is not the final product, and they clearly specify that, because I looked at it, I was like, this doesn't look good. So yeah, I'm doing 3D home tours with the Insta360 One X, and the program is Matterport. Pretty straightforward. You just have to watch out for alignments and stuff like that, but other than that, it's going pretty good. On my first house, and then I was nervous, and then I still managed to put it through. I didn't watch any videos or anything like that. I should have done that, but you know, that's why I'm making this video too. But yeah, so you attach your scan, you then grab the stand and everything like that. I just use a regular light stand that I got with my light here, and I just move it around and then do like 10 or 5 to 10 steps, and then plop it back down. And that's the downfall with this small little camera, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else has any problems with this, but you do have to, as you can see on a clip that will show you. So after 118 scans throughout the house, finally done. It was a nightmare, but got it done. Hopefully everything's stitched together. You have to do a lot of scans, and to get it right, the alignment and everything portion well, and it looks okay, you know. So but you do have to do a lot of scans. I mean, one incident that I had last week actually is that I did a 3D of a home, and it's usually homes. I don't have any problems with townhomes or apartments. The ones that are giving me the most trouble is homes. That's where it lacks power, and I suggest you, if you're looking into getting into 3D, is find yourself a budget to get the Matterport Pro 2, because that camera is a 5K, I believe, ton of resolution, and does a lot of features that the 360 cameras cannot do, which are floor planning. The quality is way better, way better. So, but that's something for another day. So yes, if you are looking into adapting your business, your real estate photography business, into a 3D version of this, I highly recommend just getting the small camera, because I mean, although there's a lot of calling you for 3D tours because that's what's hot right now, it's really hot, and this is due because agents are no longer able to have amounts of people coming into the house. So the way that they filter those people that are interested is that they show the property through 3D. They just share it through Zoom, and then they just walk around with a potential buyer on the house. So that's the reason why all of this adaptation of still trying to sell the homes no matter what came about. So for right now, I think this little camera, the Insta360 One X, will do just fine. If you're just gonna do this in the meantime, that is on the downtime, that you're not getting that much clientele, then I think this is a perfect camera for you. But if you are getting serious about it, and you want to continue, and you're seeing that this is actually getting more popular, then I recommend the Matterport too. So things that you need to keep in mind when buying a 360 camera is that time, very, very time consuming to get everything right. I mean, I make sure that everything is right, that way I don't have to come back. Like the incident that I had last is just small little human errors that I made, but it was because I didn't connect the stairway closer enough for the Matterport to know that, okay, where am I stitching all this together? So keep that in mind, of being in the house for 2 to 4 to 5 hours in the house. So it's very, very time consuming. So regarding on pricing, that is completely up to you, but I would target mostly townhomes or apartments. Houses with the Insta360 is a bit challenging, and it harmed the quality that they're expecting in their mind to be. But if the agent just wants to show the property regardless of quality, they just want to know if the person is really, really interested in getting them through the door, then by all means just do it like that. But it's gonna take quite a bit of time. I mean, the clips that I showed you took me about 4 hours, and that was the second home of 3D scannings that I've did that day. So in total I did about 10 hours of photo shooting and scanning and all that good stuff. So keep that in mind, that your days are going to be longer. But if this is for you, go ahead, and I highly recommend you guys to adapt to the situation. That's what I did. I did what it takes in order for me not to slow things down and still connect with real estate agents out there and providing them a service. So this is a great way for me to meet and expand my value to them in order for me to gain more business in the future. So this is one of the reasons why I did it. What you need to do is, I think they go for $400. I got this for $300 because I remember I drove 70 miles for it. So, and it's secondhand. So yeah, so if you find a used one, I mean, just make sure that the lens is not scratched and test it out. And the way that you test it out is through the cables that comes with it. Make sure it comes with a lightning cable or the USB-C. Test it out, plug it in your phone, download the app beforehand, that way you can test it out. And then you would need a memory card in order for you to use it. So get yourself a memory card with it, and that's pretty much it, and then you're all good, set to go. If you're looking to adapt your business to 3D, I highly recommend it. I mean, adaptation is everything in business. I mean, if you don't adapt, then your business is gonna die. And try new things. Always keep an open mind with all this. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I'll let you guys decide. And if you have a 3D camera, or if you're planning to have a 3D camera and you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. But yeah, if you haven't done so, please subscribe and leave a like. It will help me a lot.